Good morning, everybody. Thank you for coming. Please bring a friend tomorrow. Who is a friend? We'll talk about in just a moment. And this morning's breakfast, which everybody's invited to participate, is sponsored by Ellen Schiff Mayer and Lisa Goodman in memory of Ruth Muskin, Rachel Golda, Bas Eliezer Yehuda, whose birthday was last week. We thank you for sponsoring all this week. Anybody who wants to sponsor breakfast, please let me know. The Torah says, Bnei Yisroel asu k'dvar Moshe. The Jews did like Moshe said, like the words of Moshe. Vayishalom mitzrayim, and the Jews borrowed from Egypt clay kesef, clay zav, silver and gold articles, and that's what the Torah says. So the Vilna Gaon comments on the word k'dvar Moshe. Rashi says, what does it mean like the words of Moshe? A little while earlier in the parsha, Moshe said they should borrow, each Jew should borrow me'es re'eu from the Egyptians gold and silver. So they're fulfilling what Moshe instructed them earlier. So the Vilna Gaon asked the question, what's Rashi contributing? Of course, we know they're going to borrow from the Egyptians. What's Rashi trying to contribute there? So the Vilna Gaon notes that the Gemara talks about the fact where kiyigach yashar, as shoreh, when somebody's ox gores somebody else's, his friend's ox, the Gemara concludes it's only if a Jewish owner gores an ox of another Jew, is he liable. If a Jewish owner, his ox gores a non-Jew, he's not liable according to the Torah, because Re'eu means a Jewish person. So the Vilna Gaon asked the question, our pasuk here seems to contradict what the Gemara said. Re'eu is only a Jew, yet what is the Torah? What does Moshe instruct the Jewish people? They should borrow gold and silver, mere'eu, from the Egyptians who are considered their friends. So we have a contradiction. If a non-Jew is not re'eu, how will we have in this pasuk says that Jews should borrow mere'eu? That's what we said earlier in the parsha. So the Vilna Gaon concludes that there were two kinds of givings that took place. That prior to the this pasuk over here, Jews borrowed from each other, gold and silver vessels. Why is that the case? Because they wanted to establish a climate of chesed. It says, Olam chesed yibana, the world is built through kindness. So before they asked the Egyptians to be kind and let the Jews borrow their gold and silver, they had to create a climate. When you do a mitzvah like this, it creates a whole environment of friendship, an environment of people wanting to give. So therefore, the Vilna Gaon concludes that there had to be two kinds of giving. One was the giving where each Jew borrowed from one another. Then later on, they borrowed from the Egyptians. In fact, in this pasuk, we say over here, it says that they borrowed from the Egyptians. And the early pasuk says, "Mere'eu," from your friend. So therefore, we have two different kinds of giving. In order to establish a climate of goodness, you have to work at it by creating goodness. Creates a climate of goodness which the Egyptians later on participated in. Have a wonderful day.